Welcome to Spenelli Speak. I'm Danny, and it's December! Yay! I can't promise that I can join that vlogmas that is going all over YouTube. I can hardly get my 3 videos in a week, so every day is just too much. So today is just my normal December TBR list. You know what I'm reading in the month of December. I will try to be fun and have my Christmassy stuff on, and do my usual different kind of videos, whether that be in the kitchen or showing you what I'm doing, but I can't promise a daily vlog. I'm sorry. I wish I could, maybe next year. So let's get right on into it. If you saw my November wrap-up video, you know that I still want to finish The Good Neighbor, The Life and Work of Fred Rogers by Maxwell King. I was listening to this in audiobook, but it was just taking too long. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that in the physical copy. So I picked it up from the library, and I plan on finishing that this month. The rest of the books that I'm going to read in the month of December are all Christmas books. Now, I typically don't read seasonally. I typically just read whatever comes around, and if I like it, I like it, and it goes on my TBR. But this month is a little bit different. So I get a book every Christmas from my mother, which has been going on for several years, and it's wonderful. I love it. It's nice to be able to get that one thing that's special. And the fact of the matter is Christmas is at the end of the month. So by the time I get that book, I'm kind of over Christmas. So I don't really end up reading it that year because it's already over. Christmas is already done. So what ends up happening is that book always gets up on my shelf, and then subsequently throughout the year, you don't feel like reading a Christmas book in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And then when Christmas comes around again, I get so busy I don't even think about it. So I have all these books from my mom that I'm so happy to receive, but I've never actually gotten to. So I thought to myself, what a perfect reason to put most of those books on a TBR for the month of December. So a lot of these books that I'm going to show you have been gifted to me by my mom on Christmases past, and I'm gonna get the chance to read them this month. So I'm very excited. It means a lot to me that I'm gonna be able to get through them, and I think it'll mean a lot to her too. And I'm just really excited. So I'll let you know which ones those are. The first book that I'm going to show you on my TBR list is Christmas with Book Club by Heather Woodhaven. I actually found this, a local bookstore was going out of business in the summer, and they were selling all their books for very cheap, and I went into the back room and I found this book. I've never actually heard of it before, but it looks really interesting, and I thought because I do a book club, it would have been interesting to read with my book club, but we don't read in the months of November and December, so here I am with a Christmas book. But it says, Janine's calendar alerts are out of control. The month of December brings so much stress, Janine craves some alone time and sweet romance with her husband of 20 years. At the last book club meeting of the year, the book inspires the rest of the club to issue a Christmas service challenge. Before Janine can object, the ladies plan the rest of the month, filled to the brim with acts of kindness, most of which go hilariously wrong. And unbeknownst to their wives, the men have their own secret challenge brewing. I like that. That sounds interesting. So I'm going to read that one. I think that will be cute. I like the cover. It's very cute. It's like a little cup, but it's like a house in there. So I thought that was cute. And it's a really small read, so I think it will be quick. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I like that. That'll be fun. The next book I have read before, but on my kind of goals for this next year, and so I'm going to start it this month actually. I want to be able to reread one book each month. And to some that might sound odd, because there are so many books out there that you'd want to read. Why would you want to reread a book? But I feel like when I have reread books, things that I may not have noticed the first time around pop up to me, or I may actually interpret the book differently from when I first read it. This particular book I want to reread just because I thought it was hilarious and I really loved it, and it's perfect time of year to read it. So I'm going to reread Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. If you have read this book, you know that it is hilarious. If you've seen the movie's okay. It has Tim Allen and I'm losing her name right now, but very, very funny, Jamie Lee Curtis. And it is just hilarious. I mean, I can't say that word anymore. Hilarious. It's just so good. So this book, so imagine a year without Christmas. No crowded malls, no corny office parties, no fruitcakes, no wanted presents. That's just what Luther and Nora Crank have in mind when they decide that just this once they'll skip the holiday altogether. Theirs will be the only house on Hemlock Street without a rooftop frosty. They won't be hosting their annual Christmas Eve bash. They aren't even going to have a tree. They won't need one because come December 25th, they'll be setting sail on a Caribbean cruise. But as this weary couple is about to discover, skipping Christmas brings enormous consequences, and it isn't half as easy as they imagined. A classic tale of modern times, Skipping Christmas offers a hilarious look at the chaos and frenzy that have become part of our holiday tradition. It's good, guys. I'm really excited to reread it just because I had such a blast the first time I read it. I really enjoyed the movie. So this will be fun. This is going to be a good one. The next one, and the rest of them actually, these are all the books that have been gifted to me by my mom. So the first one is a book written by Mary Higgins Clark and Carol Higgins Clark. So this is a mother-daughter duo, and they write quite a few books together, but this one's called Dashing Through the Snow. And I think that I started this book one year, but again, in true fashion, as soon as it wasn't Christmas anymore, I felt like I was like over it, and I must have stopped it because when I was reading the inside, I was like, I think I've read this, but I know I didn't finish it. So this one is from beloved, okay, I can't see in the light. From beloved mother-daughter duo Mary Higgins Clark, American Queen of Suspense, and Carol Higgins Clark, author of the hugely popular Regan Raleigh mystery series, comes Dashing Through the Snow, a holiday treat you won't want to miss. In the picturesque village of Branscombe, New Hampshire, I can't read apparently, the townsfolk are all pitching in to prepare for the first, and many hope annual, Festival of Joy. The night before the festival begins, a group of employees at the local market learn that they have won $180 million in the lottery. One of their co-workers, Duncan, decided at the last minute on the advance of a pair. Oh my gosh, I can't read. One of their co-workers, Duncan, decided at the last minute on the advice of a pair of crooks masquerading as financial advisors not to play. Then he goes missing. A second winning lottery ticket was purchased in the next town, but the winner hasn't come forward. Could Duncan have secretly bought it? The Clarks, endearing heroes, Alvara, that's how I'm pronouncing that, and Meehan, the amateur sleuth, and private investigator Regan Raleigh have arrived in Branscombe for the festival. They are just the people to find out what is amiss. Oh, and then it's on the back again, too. That's too much to read. As they dig beneath the surface, they find that life in Branscombe is not as tranquil as it appears. So much for an old-fashioned weekend in the country. This fast-paced holiday caper will keep you dashing through the pages. So, Christmas meets mystery. Whoa, okay, maybe that'll be very interesting. From what I can recall about this, I think there's like a love interest with Duncan too that he's trying to... Who knows? Anyways, the next book is also a Christmas book. They're all Christmas books. I don't know why I keep telling you that. But the rest of these books are all by the same author because that's the author that my mom chooses to give me, an author that I've actually met, and I had signed some of these. So that is Debbie Macomber. She's an excellent writer, by the way. She's an excellent speaker. She's very kind and witty and just, I don't think I ever saw that woman stop smiling the entire time she presented. So this book is called Merry and Bright. And this one is about that looks like Mary Smith is pretty busy these days. She's taking care of her family, baking cookies, decorating for the holidays, and hoping to stay out of the crosshairs of her stressed and by-the-book boss at the consulting firm where she temps. Her own social life is the last thing she has in mind, much less a man. Without her knowledge, Mary's well-meaning mom and brother create an online dating profile for her. Don't ever do that. Like, to somebody else. Do it for yourself, but don't ever do that for somebody else. That's just rude. Anywho, minus her photo, and the matches start rolling in. Initially, Mary is incredulous, but she reluctantly decides to give it a whirl. Soon, Mary finds herself chatting with a charming stranger, a man with similar interests and unmistakably kind soul. Their online exchanges become the brightest part of her day. But meeting face-to-face is altogether different, and her special friend is the last person Mary expects or desires. Still, sometimes hearts can see what our eyes cannot. In this satisfying seasonal tale, unanticipated love is only a click away. So if you notice I got a little slow at the end there, I think I already figured out who her match is based on the jacket. So that sometimes is really irritating. So I guess maybe I'll read it and see if I've been proven wrong, but I think I already figured it out. Darn you! But I'm sure it'll be fun. Debbie Macomber does a nice job of putting two and two together, so I'm sure it's going to be a very sweet Christmassy novel, so I'll let you know how that one goes. Next, I have another book, again by Debbie Macomber. This one is also titled Dashing Through the Snow, a very common title, I think, for Christmas books. This one is about, let's see here, savor the magic of the season with the #1 New York Times bestselling author Debbie Macomber's newest, they're all newest. Anywho, Ashley Davidson, a graduate student in California, desperately wants to spend the holidays with her family in Seattle. A former Army intelligence officer has a job. I can't read his name, so that's why I didn't say it. It's like Dash and Al. Whatever. I can't read. Has a job interview in Seattle and must arrive on December 23rd. Though frantic to book a last-minute flight out of San Francisco, both are out of luck. Every flight is full and there is only one rental car available. Ashley and Dash, oh good, you shortened it, reluctantly decide to share a car, but neither anticipates the wild ride ahead. At first they drive in silence, but forced into close quarters, Ashley and Dash can't help but open up. Not only do they find they have a lot in common, but there's even a spark of romance in the air. Their feelings catch them off guard. Never before has either been so excited about a first meeting, but the two are in for more twists and turns along the way, as they rescue an abandoned puppy, aww, run into petty thieves, and even get caught up in a case of mistaken identity. Though Ashley and Dash may never reach Seattle in time for Christmas, the season is still full of surprises, and their greatest wishes may yet come true. This one also says soon to be an original movie this holiday season. So this was published probably years ago. I mean, I've been getting these books for, 2015. So it's probably already a Hallmark movie somewhere. I've got two more. I know, they all sound the same. We got Debbie Macomber's Alaskan Holiday. Oh, there's little doggies. I like doggies. Okay, before beginning her dream job as sous chef, in one of Seattle's, I got another Seattle one, okay. In one of Seattle's hottest new restaurants, Josie Avery takes a summer position cooking at a lakeside lounge in the remote Alaskan town of Ponder. I wonder if she ponders a lot in Ponder. I make jokes sometimes. Anywho, Josie falls for the rustic charms of a local community, including Jack, I'm not going to say that last name, the crotchety keeper of Ponder's famed sourdough starter, and, in particular, the quiet and intense Palmer Saxon, a famed master swordsmith. Josie and Palmer become close during the long Alaskan summer days, but Josie knows that come fall she'll be returning to reality and the career she worked so hard for. Palmer, on the other hand, would like nothing better to make Josie his wife and to keep her in Ponder. But Josie can't imagine abandoning her mother back in the Emerald City and sacrifice her career to stay in this isolated town, not even for a man she's quickly coming to love. Fate has other plans. Josie misses the last boat out of town before winter sets in, stranding her in Ponder and putting her dream job at risk. As the holidays approach, Josie and Palmer must grapple with the complications that arise when dreams confront reality and the Christmas magic that can happen when they put their faith in love. That's a confusing bat. I don't get that. He sounds a little obsessive, if you ask me. Anywho, last one. We got 12 Days of Christmas. What's this one going to be about? Two people falling in love during the Christmas season? Finding a puppy? Petty criminals? Let's find out. Continuing a festive annual tradition, friendly and bubbly Julia Padden likes nearly everyone, but her standoffish neighbor Kane Maddox presents a challenge. Oh, I wonder what's to come with Kane. Anywho, no matter how hard she tries to be nice, Kane rudely rebuffs her at every turn. But when Julia catches Kane stealing her newspaper, what a jerk! That's the last straw. She's going to break through Kane's Scrooge-like exterior the only way she knows how, by killing him with kindness. To track her progress, Julia starts a blog called 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, this is getting interesting, putting it on the internet where it never goes away. Her first attempt to humanize Kane are far more successful. Julia gives him homemade Christmas treats, and the disagreeable Grinch won't even accept them. Meanwhile, Julia's blog becomes an online sensation, of course. Julia continues to find ways to express kindness and little by little chips away at Kane's gruff facade to reveal a caring man underneath. Well, no, duh. Okay. Unbelievably, Julia feels herself falling for Kane. Really? Unbelievably? I don't think so. And she suspects that he may be falling for her as well. But as the popularity of her blog grows, Julia must decide if telling Kane the truth about having chronicled their relationship to the rest of the world is worth risking their chance at love. You better tell him, because if he finds out himself, it's not going to be good. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I'll let you know. So anywho, those are the books that I'm going to read this Christmas. I hope that I get through them all. They're not very many. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books to read. Oh, I have 8 books to read. So those are all my books. Yay! Anywho, what are you reading? What are you reading this Christmas? Are you reading Christmas books? Are you reading books that you still have on your TBR? Are you taking the month off because Christmas is so busy? What are you guys doing for Christmas? Do you guys do gifts? Is anybody going to answer any of these questions? Am I just putting questions out into the world that are never going to get answered? Maybe, maybe not. The month will tell. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. I know this one was a little bit goofy, but Christmas time is for goofiness and celebratory feasts and festivals and Grinches, the like. So wanted to just start the month off with a bang and show you what I'm going to be reading, and I'm sure they'll all be fun and very festive. So if you haven't hit that subscribe already, go ahead and click that right now while you're thinking of it. Then press that notification bell so that you can see when my videos are live, and why don't you go ahead and like this video and comment below. If you have some friends that like to watch BookTube and you think they'd like me too, go ahead and share. I wouldn't mind. Until the next time, guys, happy reading.